show. My name is Paul, for those of you who are new. We are going to cover framing the lower floor of this post frame building. Again, this is a post frame home, so we're going to go through some of the things we do to frame up the interior walls. Before we get started, don't forget, if you want to design your home, you can email us, design@MrPostFrame. We can help you design your post frame home. And for you self-builders, check out our Patreon, where we talk about different topics every month to help you build your dream. But let's go ahead and jump into the show. All right, guys, welcome back to the show. As you can see, we got spray foam in here. They're not completely done, but they got most of the house part done, except for where we got to finish some steel. But we're going to set our LVL on this outside wall, which our I-joists are going to sit on. So I marked 9 feet 1/2 inch. That allows for 1/2 inch drywall on the ceiling, so that'll have 9 foot finished space on the downstairs. And then they'll also have 9 foot upstairs, because these are 19 foot sidewalls. We're using 9.5 inch I-joists, 3/4 inch subfloor. And so we're just going to mark, I got this marked, I'm going to put my laser up here, and so we can mark all the other columns. All right, we got this 11 7/8 Ledger LVL all the way across, 56 feet. It's nailed in with 30D ring shank nails, and our I-joists will sit on top of that. So every 16 inches, and they will come over and sit on this wall over here, which is 24 feet. But there's going to be load-bearing walls in between, which you'll see once we get going. So as you can see, some of the spray foam's not done here because we don't have the metal up. And then down around there, it's not done. So Jake's got him marking out our first interior girt. And we can do this whole wall except for right there. So we'll probably just start here, kind of work our way up, leave that open for the spray foam guy to get in there without having to work around boards. But we were going to lay out and build this wall, but we only had one straight green treated 2x6. The other 4 were too curvy for me, so looks like I'll have another late night or early morning ride to Menards. Save big money at Menards. It's not true if you have to go back a bunch. All right, so I just cut 2 blocks, 20.5 inches, and those are spacers. Now once we get the bottom interior gird all set, all we have to do is set this on top of it, set our next one on top of that, and then we have a 2 foot spacing. It just makes it quicker and easier. set that on there. Then the next board just gets set on top, and if you look, it's 24-inch space, so that's what we want. Alright, we're going to lay out these walls and mark them out. I have the wall that runs the entire width of this building marked out, so I'm going to square everything off of that. So I got it marked out, I got where my tie-in walls are, so I'm just going to put my layout laser on it, square it up with this line, and then I can mark it down the other way. This is when I wish I had all these up. All right, we got our staircase all figured out, where it's going to start, where it's going to end, how we're going to keep these stairs in code and get to where we need to go. Got it marked out. So this wall that separates the garage from the house is all going to be a 2x6 wall. So I got that all marked out where that's going to be. So I'm just going to run this wall. Part of it's going to be 2x6, then it's going to be 2x4, and then it's going to go back to 2x6. I'm going to do that one first, and then I'll do the staircase one. So I'm going to lay all my bottom plates out, figure out what my starting measurement is, and then hit all of my studs to see whether I have to subtract or add based on the concrete floor. So we'll do that right now. We'll cut each of our studs individually just because the floor can vary up to 1/4 inch or sometimes even more. So I know this board right here, we marked all of our columns with the laser where our floor system will sit. So that's consistent all the way around. So I'm going to get a starting measurement. I've got my bottom plates on the ground. And being that this is up against the wall, it's probably going to be high, which is what I want. And it's 107. So that's going to be my starting point, is 107. We have a double top plate, so we got to subtract 3 inches. I was going to subtract 4.5, but Justin caught me. So 3 inches from 107 is 104, so that is what our first stud is, and that's what we're going to base all of our cuts off of, is 104 inches. I went along, I zeroed my laser out on this first stud, because that is our baseline that we're going off of. And then I put the laser on each one, and then I just write that measurement down. This is minus 1/16, which means I need to go 1/16 less than 104 for that stud. It's tedious, but this will assure you have a nice flat subfloor, and then you can use stud length studs up in the upper floor. If this was a single story, this wouldn't matter. You could get the average and then just cut them all and you'd be fine. But since there's a second story, you want that floor system to be nice and flat. Make sure you're cutting these square. Use your square, please. There'll be a stud on the outside edge of the wall on each side, and then one on the end. That's so you can nail this wall into here and then have something to screw your drywall in or finish surface in on each side of the stud. Does that make sense? And that's a 2x4 wall. Good. If it was a 2x6 wall, this space would be 5.5 inches. Lay the 2x4 down, set it up there, cash, even it up, get your fingers out of the way, and then you just work from top, or the bottom up to top, lining this up. So you tell, well, that's why you keep your fingers out of the way. Yep. middle. Yeah, yep. Good. Yep. Got it? Yep. Easy cake. Alright, so these are 9.5-inch I-joists. We're running them 16 on center. That gives us, I think you can span just over 16 foot with that. We don't have anything that big. But as we're putting them across, we're fastening them flush with this wall. And then we're checking plumb on this wall, and then we're moving it if we need to just fine tune it. But this will all get 3/4 inch plywood on it. There's gonna be plywood going up, so it's gonna act as a rim board or rim joist, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we can live with that. Good? Yep. All right, you can see we got all the I-joists up. So we'll talk about this a little bit. We have a double LVL 9.5-inch header here sitting on 6x6 posts. We got brackets in the floor, just drilled those in with an anchor. Drilled a hole in the bottom of the post. That's just to hold the bottom of this post in place so it can't move. Then that'll sit there. This header will get all trimmed out. But this is the kitchen area, and this will all be like an open living room. I have a wood stove right here. These are all 9-foot walls. I told you guys this before. Anytime I do a 9-foot wall, I always put blocking at 4.5 feet. It just really stiffens the wall up. We've got interior girts, 2 foot on center. We still have to do the blocking on the windows. All load-bearing walls. We got the double LVL 11/7/8 headers. We run our bottom plates all the way through, then we'll just cut them out later. Just helps keep that wall nice and straight. What else is there? Oh, there'll be a pocket door right here. I just haven't put it in yet. Frame's right there, but that'll go there. So this is the master bedroom, master bath, master closet. Then there's a laundry room there. This is gonna be like a second kitchen they're gonna use for like canning and stuff. And then this over here is all accessed through the garage, and that'll be the utility room, and then the storage room right here. But our floor system is made up of 9.5-inch I-joists, and then we're gonna have 3/4 inch tongue groove subfloor that'll be glued down, which we're gonna get going on here pretty soon. But that's about it. It's a pretty simple layout down here. All of our floors we anchor with 1/2-inch redhead floor anchors. You just got to know where your inflow radiant heat lays in the concrete so you don't drill too deep. So we set the depth on our hammer drill so we don't go too deep. This really makes these walls rock solid. Green treated bottom plates is required, even though it wouldn't make a difference in my opinion. But it's about to get dark down here because we're going to put this subfloor on up there. All right, that's going to end the first floor framing. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments. We'll do our best to answer them. And as always, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll catch you on the next show.